Divorce is emotionally exhausting, and for many people, the financial anxiety is actually the worst part. You're worried about your house, your retirement, and your kids' college funds, and the last thing you want is to see those assets drained by legal fees. I'm Matt Dolan with Dolan Divorce Lawyers, the largest family law firm here in Connecticut, and today I'm going to pull back the curtain and give you 5 specific, actionable ways to keep your legal fees under control during a Connecticut divorce. The first way to save money starts before you even step foot into my office. I call it becoming your own paralegal. When you hire a law firm, you are paying for our time. If you bring us a literal shoebox of unorganized receipts, tangled bank statements, and loose tax returns, you're paying a legal professional at a high hourly rate to do basic organizing. In Connecticut, the mandatory disclosure process requires you to produce a mountain of paperwork, years of tax returns, pay stubs, bank account statements, retirement account statements, credit card account statements, and other financial documents. If you organize these into neat digital PDF folders labeled by year and account type, you've just saved yourself 3 to 5 hours of billable time right out of the gate. So do the grunt work yourself and let your lawyer focus on the high-level strategy. The second tip is one of the hardest for people to hear, but it's the one that saves the most money. Distinguish between legal advice and therapy. Divorce is one of the most traumatic events a human being can go through. You need support. However, your lawyer is trained in the Connecticut Practice Book and the general statutes. We are not trained mental health professionals. If you call your attorney to spend 45 minutes talking about how angry you are that your spouse is dating somebody new, you will be billed for 45 minutes of legal time. A licensed therapist will cost significantly less per hour than an attorney. Their services will often be covered by your health insurance, and frankly, they're much better equipped to help you heal. Use your therapist to process the why and the how I feel, and use your lawyer to process the what happens next. Third, let's talk about communication. Most law firms bill in increments, usually tenths of an hour or 6-minute increments. If you send 5 separate emails throughout the day as questions pop into your head, you will be billed for 5 separate units of time. Instead, I recommend the 24-hour rule or the weekly digest. Keep a notepad on your desk or a note on your phone, and every time a question pops up, write it down. At the end of the day, or better yet, once or twice a week, send one organized, bulleted email with all of your questions to your attorney. Your attorney can review and respond to everything at once, which is far more efficient and much cheaper for you. The fourth tip is about perspective. I often tell my clients, don't spend $1,000 fighting over a $500 television. In the heat of a divorce, it's easy to let principle take the driver's seat. You want what's fair and you don't want your spouse to win. But in Connecticut, we're an equitable distribution state. If you spend 3 hours of attorney time debating who gets the Peloton or the dining room set, you've already lost money. Before you ask your lawyer to file a motion or send a stern letter, ask yourself, will this matter in 5 years? If the answer is no, let it go. Save your legal war chest for things that have a long-term impact on your life, like your custody schedule or your alimony duration. And finally, the biggest way to save money is to stay out of the courtroom. In Connecticut, a fully contested trial is the most expensive way to get divorced. It involves depositions, expert witnesses, and days, if not weeks, of trial preparation. Instead, ask your attorney about mediation or collaborative divorce. Even if you and your spouse don't get along, you can still use a professional mediator to hammer out an agreement. Mediation allows you to control the timeline and the cost rather than being at the mercy of the court's busy schedule. So divorce is a transition, not a destination. My goal is to get you to the other side with your dignity and your savings intact. So as usual, if you have any additional questions, you can contact our office. And if you're looking for representation in a divorce or family law matter here in Connecticut, we would invite you to contact our office as well.